All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to Counter Pit Season 1. It is the last day of the qualifiers. Now, a little bit of a different approach to the qualifier, though, as I'm joined by Congo Kyle. Both of these teams have already qualified, mousesports and Gamers2, but they play off today to discover who gets into which group. So the winner of this best of 3 will get to select which group they want to be in. Congo Kyle, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm well on yourself. Thanks so much for having me.
I'm doing well, actually. I'm in Canada. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon over here, so still full of energy, full of life. What time is it for you?
It's just gone 6 p.m. I think we're on the same time as
Oh,
Europeans at the
you
moment with
are.
their
Yeah, yeah.
summertime. Yeah,
Yeah,
in South
you're
Africa, so it's pretty much prime time for for CS:GO at the moment. But yeah, unlike you, I've had a long day of work, so I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's okay. That's all right. It's now you get to relax with some Counter Strike. So it is Gamers 2 versus mousesports, like we said, and of course we do have our look at the map pool. It's going to be Train, which was picked by Mouse. So we do get some Train into this. And then as you can see,
Oh, awesome.
following that, yeah, exactly. Then we get Cash and Overpass if needed. So a bit of an unorthodox pick, Train, Cash, Overpass. I don't know. Have you seen much of the new Train?
I have it a little bit. I'm just trying to disable my voice quick on in game, so just give me 1 sec and then I'll chat about.
Oh, that's fine. While you're doing that, we'll bring up the Vulcan fantasy page, vulcan.com. Of course, you can head over just by scrolling down below our lovely video and voices and click on the banner, or use the promo code COUNTERPIT when you sign up, and they'll match any dollar you put in up to $1,000. Now, today there is a bit of an exception because where this is not a bracket, there's only one game. They couldn't add it because therefore you're picking 8 out of the 10 players that are playing, so there would be no point in that. But what I want to do today is highlight as we play. I mean, we're going to be going into the league with these two teams. If you're going to be planning on playing the league, which you should do, as you can see, there's tons of leagues going on already, ESL related here. We've got Fragbite at the top, which I think they just went live with Anderson Semler. Sivo, ESL again, and then Starladder, which starts up again this week. Basically, you can go over there. What I want to do, though, is highlight, if we're going to be doing the league, these two teams are going to be in it. You should highlight the players that are looking promising on each map because obviously Dennis, Chris J, we saw them play really well off each other on maps like Dust 2, which isn't surprising. You've got room to move on that CT side. We've also saw them play really well on Cobblestone together. On Inferno, a little bit less the case. They still ended up doing reasonably well on their T side, but their CT side wasn't what it normally is on mouse. And Train's another one of those maps. So you start to have to think about who's playing who on what map, and that's where it gets a little bit interesting. So we may not have a league up, but of course, like I say, you can go over lots going on. Check out the live tab, and yeah, you get it all. I mean, today the only orthodox map we get is cash, and even that doesn't really
Yeah.
reward super aggressive play. That said, I do expect Dennis to still be pushing through Squeaky
Picked cash
to get
before.
information.
They did lose.
So about Train, one thing I want to touch on. The addition of Train I think is fantastic. Like Nuke still need a, well, you know, it's always a debate about Nuke, whether it was actually balanced or, you know, there's always that debate. But the thing I love about Train is it has opened up a lot of progressive play. Your smokes, your flashes, we've seen some really fancy stuff coming out ahead of the usual smokes and stuff we were used to back when the map was featured now and then, but then it came back into popularity. So that's the one thing I love about Train is it's nice and fresh. To be honest, I haven't done a lot of Train. You know, in the South African scene, it's not really a map which has come into play. Some of the top teams are putting it into their map pools now. So Train for me is, you know, this exciting game because it will be my first official cast on Train, and it's I think it's a fantastic map. And Cash as well. Cash is hands down my favorite map. I just love everything about it. I think it's the way it's going right now. It's one of the most exciting maps to cast and to play.
Yeah, I totally agree that right now in the meta, it's actually one of the more interesting ones, for sure. Simply because of the different ways and different play styles you can throw at it with mid. Of course, you need that mid control to start off, but then your rotations are entirely dependent on what kind of game you wanted to play with it. That said, there's a look at our groups. So like we said today, winner of this, Gamers2 or Mouse, will get to pick the group they wish to play in. I don't know about you. I mean, Group A, Flipside, Ninjas in Pajamas, Virtus Pro, Team Dignitas, Nada Sinceri, or Group B, Hellraisers, Envious, Penta, Team Solo, Mid, Titan. I honestly don't know which group I'd want to pick. I think right now, if you're mousesports, you want to pick Group B simply because Penta's in that group, and that's half your old lineup. So you'd have to think that the amalgamation of those two teams onto mousesports, that puts you sort of above them and into the mix. But at the same time, you have TSM and Envious in that group, along with Titan, who've been playing a lot better lately.
Yeah, TSM especially. I mean, they've just been playing such fantastic series at the moment. Titan on the way back, I think. I mean, last year was I think it was a pretty tough time if you're in Titan and a Titan fan. But they are making their way back. They had some fantastic games on the weekend. But that group with MVS and TSM, MVS at the moment, you know, they've had their ups and downs. We saw them on the weekend. Didn't have the best of games, but TSM, man, they are slowly becoming unstoppable. And that, I think, yeah, both those groups sound pretty pretty tough to be in.
We definitely touched on the fact that Not a Sincere is another team that's on the rise, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
I think that group's looking good as well. Group A, Dignitas, another team that I think right now has sort of been I think probably the surprise of the most recent events, sort of thing. Like their most recent results have been really surprising and really solid. They've definitely sprung, I think, out of the backside of the top 10 to potentially into sort of that seventh position, which is just outside the top teams. If you leave Navi in that sixth position, so that group looks good as well. And of course, Nips in there, Virtus Pro's in there. That group looks pretty solid as well. I think Group B is the one I would choose. I think right now in Group A, based on the way everyone's playing, there's three teams that could potentially do damage in there, with Dignitas also nipping at people's heels. Flip side, they're up and down lately. Obviously, they've got issues where Simple can't play in the ESL leagues. They've been playing more with Davcost, but it's inconsistency for them. And then, of course, on Group B, I think it's really TSM Envious that'll do all the damage. Titans sort of the one that'll nip at the heels there. They're the dark horse. So I think Group B is the little. I won't say. I just don't think it has the depth. I think it's the group that I would pick.
Let's talk a little bit about G2. I mean, I haven't seen much of them, but looking at some of the stats, I mean, they have taken out some big names, but then they've also had a few games. So just looking at this matchup here, it's a best of three. I mean, and we know what's at stake when it gets to choose their group and kind of what we've been discussing here. But a little bit about G2. I mean, some of the players, the Polish team, and yeah, they took down Novi. I think was it it was a couple of weeks ago they took down Novi. So I'm expecting big things from this. I think this is going to be an extremely tight match. I mean, there's quite a lot at stake here.
Yeah, I mean, there is and there isn't in some ways. It's not like the other best of threes that we've seen where if you lose, you're out of the league. You're still in the league here. You still have a chance. But like you say, you do get to pick your group. And that is pretty important right now. It's kind of like an inside meta of this game because it'll definitely give your odds a bit more of a chance. And of course, there's the complexion of who plays good against who. Like you say, Gamers2, when they've got Na'Vi in Group A, and they've got also Virtus Pro, who for whatever reason they also, I guess it's always that internation rivalry, sort of the Danes versus the Danes, the French versus the French, and the Poles versus the Poles. It always gives good games just because you know each other so well. So for them, maybe Group A is the better choice, like you say, with Na'Vi and Virtus Pro in there. So that being said, if Gamers2 want Group A and mousesports want Group B, like we predict, then ultimately it won't matter who wins because they'll both get the groups they want.
Yeah. Looks like we're waiting for one more player to join here, or two players rather, on the side of mousesports. So should be getting going pretty soon. And so the train pick was mouse. Sorry, I was busy sorting out all my settings when we were discussing. So mouse, and then the cash pick was obviously Gamers2. Interesting, yeah. I mean, train. I mean, they must have a lot of confidence picking train. Like it's not really a new map at all. It's not a new map. It's been around for a while, but obviously the change around coming into for CS:GO and then being re-added to the map pool. That is extreme confidence. So like talking about those smokes and those flashes and some of those points in train, which make it a map that's a team like Mouse would pick if they're feeling extremely confident. And what side they will knife for sides. If just to catch me up here.
They will, yeah. So we'll start with a knife for sides and then get right into it, and then they'll do that on every single map. So.
Okay.
There's no winner pick or winner stays type thing into the second map. So knife for sides every time. But yeah, I think that is interesting. Like you're saying, it is an execution-based map. They've gone for a lot of different tactics, I guess you could say, by picking a map like Train. Now, they are a super aggressive, defensive-oriented team on Mouse's side, so I could kind of see them picking that for that reason alone. It's just that there's a lot more open space to use and a lot more teams that don't understand sort of the meta. Because like you say, it isn't a new map, it is Train, but it is a lot different in its style and setup and the way that the angles are played. So, you know, interestingly enough, in ESEA, I've seen a lot of teams running old-school tactics with a lot of splits. For the most part, it's kind of working, but it's yet to be determined if it's the best way of doing things.
I don't know. Like the thing about Mouse grabbing up this map, you know, if they are going to go for the knife round, I don't think they'd really care. I mean, this map, in my opinion, at least used to be before the map pool, was a fairly heavy-sided CT map. But from some of the games I've seen, it actually doesn't even matter anymore. So there's just a lot of confidence at the moment in terrorist sides. That's one thing I've noticed in my very short time in CS:GO. You know, there's a lot of confidence in terrorists. So you know, the knife round, in a sense, it's not really becoming that. Oh, okay, I get CT, I may have a slight edge on this map. The thing about this, you talked about the splits. I don't really see that happening much. I mean, the outside play here in Train. Is something I've seen happen quite a bit. You know, B is still a little bit of a choke, but looking at outside and A, I mean, that's just really where all the action's happening. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of AWPs come out in the hands of Chris J. And depending on where they're holding or whether they're going for the terror side first, I think this is going to be my first taste in a fantastic show of Train.
Yeah, I think I agree. The splits that I've been seeing are just a lot of Ivy pushes still to try and open up the bomb site a little more, and a lot of ladder presence. It's not much different than the old Train in that regard, but it looks like we're ready for our knife round, so we'll find out what's going to happen. We just need... Okay, we lost someone when we did that. Who did we lose? Mihumanis, Spiro, Muzino. Who does that leave us? Why am I drawing a blank?
I also kind of think now.
It's okay. It's one of the G2 players. I'm sure I'll kick myself when they arrive. I'm sure chat's already figured it out because they're chat and they're brilliant. So they'll just call a pause to wait for him to get back in. So the knife is even. But of course, Gabi next.
Oh,
Speedy,
it's innocent.
Chris J, there you go. Innocent. There it is. Thropper and Dennis, who are the new mousesports lineup. And I've been really excited about them. But these two teams head-to-head, I think it's pretty equal terms. I think that this definitely neutralizes our qualifying and some of the offset we had in potential skill and team coordination. So this is sort of, in a way, a group game because, like we said, both of these teams have qualified.
Surprisingly, it seems on HLTV it's a little bit in favor of Gamers2. So that's quite interesting. I mean, what's it, 58 to 42 almost? Yeah, that's really interesting. And on the obviously the CS:GO Lounge as well, it's also slightly in favor of what's in favor of Mouse, 59 to 41. So yeah, I think we can call it at 50-50. It's going to be quite a tight game. And yeah, it looks like Innocent Sin. So we are going to go ahead with the knife round here. Interesting. I like the new system of them like picking their maps. We've seen a lot of them now change to best of twos where each team picks a map. I'm really liking it. This shows the real strength of some of the teams.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than the double ban setup, I have always favored getting a pick in before everything's banned out because then it's just playing what's left. You're kind of not playing to your skills. Whereas at least banning, you should always ban first. Obviously, that's part of the meta to make it fair and play mind games with your opponent. But to be able to pick one in as well, it makes it your first ban a lot more crucial, and it also means that you get to favor like I say your own play style, and you get to bring in a map that's a strength. So you actually get to see teams play their best, not sloppy Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that's the one thing we'll miss if this kind of system does get adopted. Is the kind of mind games that you can play with the with your map picks, and it does allow the teams to do a little bit more research as to saying, okay, well, Mouse are good on train, so they might pick train. Let's put some focus into train. Whereas, it's kind of a random, like, okay, we won the knife round. We were supposed to win the knife round. Now we're going to ban this map. We're going to pick this map. So it does change things up a bit, and it does make for, yeah, I guess it has its ups and downs. But we are going to wait for someone went AFK. One of the G2 guys went AFK, so we're going to wait for them to jump in here. But yeah, it's an interesting system.
For sure. Definitely an interesting system. I like it a lot more. I'm glad more and more leagues are adopting that style.
Gonna have a couple of TKs around here.
It's okay. TKs are allowed in the non-live pistol round.
Yeah, so we had an issue. I don't know. We were doing one of the qualifiers for our tournaments, and one of the guys headshot teammates and got banned from the server. So I'm glad to see that.
Wow, rip. We need to turn off that setting.
Yeah, no, it was. We like, I think they forgot to left it on. They forgot that they left it on, and it was immediately taken off.
Were you playing in matchmaking?
No. No. This was just was a comp qualifier.
South
but yeah, looks like
African
we are gonna go live.
We play matchmaking.
Hey, no. Let's not put bad lights here. But yeah, we are gonna get going here with the knife round by the looks of things.
Alright, well, we'll see what's going to happen. Of course, it is train. First time in a very long time that we'll... Well, I shouldn't say very long time, but first time that we'll see train in this league. It's not a very long time. Of course, ESEA has had some train matches in it quite recently. I just have a few of the LAN events that have gone on. So, G2 look like they have the lead. We'll see if Gob can bring this back. It's not going to happen. So Mihu closes it out, and it's Gamers2 that will get the start they desire, and I think they're going to call swap. Yeah, they do. No surprise at all. So they'll swap it over. They're going to start on the CT side, and we'll see how things work out for them. I'm really curious to see how Gamers2 are going to play this a little bit more passive. Obviously, if Innocent can get out the op early enough, that'll be all right for them. But the other thing that can play into this map, as it always has, is an auto sniper. If you can build up that much economy, but again, it takes a while.
Who was it the other day playing train and they had basically all scope rifles? I think it was at Envious. I think they had AWPs and auto snipers. Two auto snipers, and I think, yeah.
We used to see Get Right hold Ivy with an auto sniper on the old version of Train. So it's entirely possible that it can be done.
So yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna have to point out right now is we're gonna start calling places different names, because I mean obviously in our scene we call, like, Ivy to us would be Ali, and yeah,
Ali,
so I don't know if it's no, don't change on my account. I'm just saying, like, obviously it's yeah, the train. It's just obviously some of the terminologies so will change slightly as we go through the game. But let's talk about the pick.
To be fair.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Talk about the team pick. I mean, obviously, winning the knife round and choosing to swap over to the CT. I mean, could this perhaps have worked in Mouse's favor? This being their map pick, and perhaps they've put a lot more time into the T half, as some of the teams might do.
It's possible, but I'm not 100% on that. I think that ultimately what's going to come down to is CT-sided here, and that's where I think Mouse are gambling on this map, knowing that they are typically a CT-sided team. But right now it's going to be a solid push toward the inner halls.
Yeah, go for that B. I mean, some of the teams will rather go for that A on the outside to get a little bit more control with smokes and nades, but they have brought up just two people with a little bit of gear. Speedy and Gobby with gear, but an armor on the rest, so we'll see who grabs those entries as they make their way into B.
And it's all going to come down to just Spiro. Maniz is so far back that first smoke's going to cover off his position. He'll throw one out in response, but all it does is hit up a body. He needs to be careful because they're actually going to push down that side as next. Finding Maniz has Innocent to deal with, and Innocent's not so innocent. He's already found the first on Dennis. But again, those smokes are out on that whole alleyway, and somehow Mouse are just finding these kills because Innocent came back across to a welcoming next. Now it's just left to Michu, who's coming through Z connector.
Yeah, so he gets spun out there. That was actually fantastic. Great thing about that is they got really close and personal. They knew they'd be coming out of either CT or the CZ, and you know the close range with those Glocks is just going to absolutely destroy. I mean, we saw Innocent grab up one frag from long range with the USP. Is kind of the power. You know, if you're an accurate hitter, as you said, Innocent is the AWP player for G2. Then then you get your power with that USP. But when they get up and close like that, we saw them rush straight out. The guys with armor, the bomb went down real quickly, and the whole of the whole of CZ all the way up to the ramp there was completely smoked up. So that was actually really fantastic play and interesting rushing into that B like that.
And again, it's Maniz that has to wait. Inside the site, does catch Chris J as he comes in, and he actually gets a second through that flash, so Maniz doing an excellent job with his CZ75 now. Only 12 bullets left yet to pick up a gun, but he's already got a third, making a fourth. Maniz, what an absolutely crazy eco round. As Spiro now wants to do the damage on to next. As he's done damage back the other way, picking up a 2K of his own, that means that's everyone to go down, but Maniz, what a job from him. As next now just waits it out with this AK, does still have the advantage there, but Michu's picked up a Galil to work with. Spiro just going to try and spot. Flash catches him off. He has to fall down, but they know that next is Upper, who peeks out. He still has a chance in this. Bomb's down on the site. Has to work it forward, but Michu peeks out, and there it is. And that is all due to Maniz. Well done in that round by him.
That was incredible. And they said the CZ was dying. That was actually, I mean, just the use there. His spray was perfect. His aim was perfect. And 4K with the CZ, having what, 24 bullets for that? No ways, man. That was incredible play. And yeah, that puts him straight back in 1-1. And the kind of advantage that Mouse had is completely null and void. Now they do go for this for the Tech 9 armor buy up, and looks like they are going to go straight down towards Ali and look for that pick onto Mihu. And smokes go out, cover the right hand side of the train. Smoke does return as well, coming up the CT. Now they're going to push on through, spraying through the smoke. Mihu gets one, Speedy goes down him next, finds him out through the smoke. Now look at this, interesting. Chris J running through to the TT spawn, finds one camping in the site, gets taken down. Chris J goes down as well to Maniz, and this could be quite a clean pickup here with only one casualty so far. Maniz 4 HP, he spots the last guy, gets the 1 and second with the deagle. And really fantastic play there. So they get the round, make it 2-1, and that does put Mouse at a slight economical disadvantage, but that's got a couple of rounds to play with.
Well, yeah, there you go. I mean, that's good turnaround. They cleaned that one up fairly efficiently. They lost one player, but we're going to see Spiro actually go straight toward this scout pickup. So not even going for the op early, but still wants to get that potential damage out. Nice nade early. That allows Innocent to pop out and easily take down Gobby. As Michu now has to walk off toward Ivy. Now Zeno catching next. Nice 1D by Chris. Make it 2 coming out of this ladder room, and that's all he gets, though. He will not pass into the site. Bomb's going to get dropped. Spiro picks up the kill, switching to the pistol to do so. And we'll see if he goes for this upgrade. Yeah, now there it is. Maniz goes straight for the op.
I was about to ask you, like, what do you think, obviously, the reasoning behind buying that Desert Eagle? And that kind of answered my own question there, just going for those 2 1Ds. And that's the thing about these guys, they're just so accurate that they're able to grab up these incredible kills. I mean, we saw the CZ kills, and then obviously now with the Deagle, and well, it looks like it's going to be that playing around A here. They're actually going to get there's lots of smokes going down. Haven't seen any of the big fancy smokes. I mean, next picks up one. CZ here, Maniz gonna try pick up one frag, does get the one, just peeking out the smoke, and up.
Dennis.
Oh.
Dennis had no idea. Oh, Innocent! He kills himself up there. But Dennis had no idea where he was being shot from. Absolutely no clue. And Innocent's, yeah, laughing to kill himself. But
yeah,
he actually went down there. So bomb's going to get planted on the back of this. And now mousesports look to finally get another round. Of course, they got ecoed. So this is our first full proper gun round. would have been interesting if they didn't get ecoed to see how they would have ended up. And I'm super curious as to how he killed himself in this back corner like that, because he didn't actually fall. His corpse was still sitting here.
Tips and tricks
tip
on
6
train.
All right, we're gonna have to figure out what happened. I need to figure that out. If anyone
I
knows
think
in
he
chat,
was up
if
in heaven.
he was
up in
definitely in
heaven.
heaven. Got shot
Yeah,
down to
and-
very low HP, but what would kill you there?
I think he fell off the ladder. But literally, I pressed to the next player right after that. Look at this boost here, up onto here by Miles.
Yeah, he's saying
And,
something weird happened, because he's saying watch the replay on my stream, so that's super weird.
Oh. Nice pick there by... How do you pronounce that name? You're going to have to help me with
Spiro,
some of
I
these names.
just say Spiro.
Spiro. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I was looking at the names for I was like, how the hell am I going to pronounce that? I mean, that's one thing, but we'll see. The one pick does go down as Chris J. Once again, AWP in the hands of Speedy. And I see some of these more interesting smokes coming on here. Dennis alone in the B side at the moment, just at the top there. Trying to get a little bit of information for his team as they make their way kind of still...
Chat saying he threw a nade, by the way.
Oh, was it a nade? Oh my god, that's amazing. Well, I'm going to make their way back towards the A side by the looks of things now. Bomb making its way slowly there. They do. Arsenal facing up against a bar round here. Manice with that CZ once again. Now we're going to see one of those interesting smokes, if you want to just check that out.
Well, we are going to see one go out on the back of Manice. But here we go onto the A site. Those smokes all rain in. First to cover the gap. Second, does it make it? Yes, it does. So the full gap on the train. This will allow them to plant in position if they want to. When they arrive, rather. But Gabi gonna go for this bounce flash. Tries to catch out Mihu, and he does so successfully. Now he just needs to be careful because he's got two on his backside from the ladder. It won't even matter. Spiro's gonna get him down with the op, and now it's 4-2 Gamers2.
That was actually a really, really great round there by Gamers2. They put the two people on the long train there facing the TZ. They got a really great trade as well. They had the players sitting close, and obviously the trade coming out there. And they did get a bit of information. I think once they saw those smokes coming out, they knew there was going to be either people rushing in from alley or coming into that TZ. So really, really great play there, getting a really great trade, and we actually saw them kind of mow them down as they try to push through there. But it's going to be a Tech 9 round once again here for Mouse. I'm going to go for the B push once again, and we'll see the smoke going down there. Are we going to have a player sitting close? Yeah, have a look at that. We got Manice sitting once again in the same position he was where he got that 4K. Now they come out, they do rush him down. They're going to rush in with the Tech 9s. Bomb going to go down immediately. AWP in the hands of Spiro will get the we'll get the second frag there. And now third, still mobile with that AWP. Patch means nothing to him. And oh my god! Wow! What a flick.
That flick was nuts. Spiro with the USP. He'll pick up the 4K in the round. And this guy's on fire right now. We saw Maniz do that early on, but it's Spiro at least. Actually, they're tied up. They both have 8, and they each have a 4K. So take out those 2 rounds, and Mihu's in it as well. This is a great performance so far from G2 on their CT side. And of course, Mouse, when they got that eco, that slowed everything down, broke the momentum. But look at the setup we have from them now. Dennis with one, Chris J with the other. Lots of smokes. 5 smokes, 6 flashes, because Gabi's got 2 as well. So really good execution potential here, but let's see how they try and set this up. Chris wants to head down toward the alley and open up this pick.
Yeah, I mean, the two AWP setup is interesting. I mean, Train is definitely one of those maps where you can still see a little bit of AWP action. Oh, Dennis actually picks up one, and Manice answers. Gabi goes down, so they still have both AWPs there, and actually 2 on the side of G2 as well. So, the push through. Nice smoke comes through, gonna get the 2K, possibly does! Brings him down, Mihu. Pushes straight through the smoke, and now coming through the train, coming from A into A as well. And next will go down, and Mouse seeming a little bit disorientated at the moment, as they're just getting picked off left, right, and center here by Gamers2. And we'll see Dennis now, still AWP, trying to be as mobile as possible, as much as the AWP allows him, and he'll look for the one frag. We'll get one down, but what can he do with 50 HP up against 3?
Well, again, this is one of the interesting things, because we talked about picking up train as a bit of, I wouldn't call it a gamble, but a bit of a risk, where it's such a newer meta that no one's really developed yet. And mousesports, they know this game, it matters. Yes, there is a lot at stake picking the group that they want into the actual league, but they're already qualified. So why not pick it now? Why not play it in a real match situation? Figure out what you don't know so you can potentially work on it and get it into the itinerary for later and add to your depth. So they're definitely learning from their mistakes. They're not finding the picks they want, but again, there's no reason not to find this out right now in a match that ultimately has a reward but no consequence in some ways.
Yeah, and I mean the economy is just getting broken at the moment. They're going to push through Ali, going to try to get one. Can he hold the spray? He'll bring down to Mihu, trying to get the trades up. Now Dennis comes through, tech down to the hands of Mauso, and he'll bring down Nex. And 2 players left, 2-on-2. AWPs though, can they hold off the pistols? They will get the bomb right in front of CZ, so that will give them a little bit more control here. But Dennis picks up the M4A1. Up against an AWP, you'll have to be pretty quick here with the peek, but I think they might spot him, and he gets him as he drops down. Manise once again.
I may have said G2 Big Train. I meant mousesports, but you get the point that I was making.
Yeah.
So they go back to the op for Dennis, so they're going to go right back to this double op. So they just want to work this, figure out their angles. Of course, we did see them actually get the opening pick in the last round, but it was immediately okay, double op both sides. It was immediately countered by Manise over on B. This time Manise is actually heading in towards Z. Hasn't found a pick just yet, but the rest of mousesports are heading in, or are they going to stop at ladder? This is interesting. Spiro has a reasonably up-close angle where he will spot their ankles, interestingly enough, but Mihu gets the first. Oh, this is dangerous because the bomb is all by its lonesome out at Ivy, and Mihu's coming through already down. So Speedy drops bomb. Now they've got a real problem. They've got to go all the way back around to the far side of the map if they want to get that.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a long walk, and Mihu is playing out of control at the moment. Both Mihu and Manise actually 11 for 5 and 9 for 5, and now Dennis going to peek out with this AWP. He'll try to salvage what he can, but nope, Manise steps in, gets him. Pretty much with his pants down as he peeks the wrong side, and now it's 2 against 5. We'll see what Nex and Gobby can do here.
Nex does at least catch Manise as he gets overwhelmed and preoccupied with the person on his left side. That's from ladder where we see Gob go down. Somehow Zeno cleans it up and makes it a little bit cleaner toward the end. They only lose that one player. And things are building. The economy surmounting into a rather illustrious half right now for Gamers2, as mousesports have a lot to do to pull themselves back in this.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. My ping is. Please let me know if my voice is lagging. I'm just noticing a little bit of a ping spike here. But yeah,
okay.
Tech once again they're on another eco. I mean, this has just been the story of the game. It's buy round eco, and it's there's no momentum for Mouse at the moment. We'll see what they're able to do here on round 11.
And the Tech Nines, they just rush it down the hallway. They want to go for the train, on train, but Mihu is going to close them both out with 2 kills, and Mao's just waiting on the front side of the second alley. Will close them off. Bax gets aggressive, gets up close. He'll pick up 3 in the round, and that's a pretty solid play from him just to come in and support his teammate in Mihu, who doesn't push forward that time because he heard them coming. He fell back accordingly, and Gamers2 looking quite composed, it has to be said. At the same time, I don't think mousesports is really putting up much of a fight. They haven't done anything fancy or different. They've worked inside a few times, but overall they've just been splitting themselves up and playing for picks, and it hasn't been working. We did see them go those smoke execution that one round, but even on that round, it didn't really work out.
Yeah, and it's almost demoralizing in a sense. I mean, they keep getting these rounds, and even if it goes, well, it actually hasn't gone to play, except for the second round, where it was that crazy pistol round. But they're all going to try to pick up one here. Got B, it's at the top of B here. But yeah, momentum I think is the issue right now. Spots the legs of one, tries to bring him down. Chris J, also kind of hiding away at the moment, trying to get in here into the alleyway.
And out the other side of the smoke, Chris Shea, but he only gets one. Mihu's waiting from the outback. I'll make it back to 4-on-4 as we see inside sight getting overwhelmed. Mihu catching Dennis as he tries to fall back down the alleyway. Brings us back to a slight man advantage on Gamers2's side, although the HP's low for Spiro and Manise. Innocent's going to get back up into the suicide spot. I think that's what we're going to have to call it from now on, because this is where he threw the nade from. And Mihu has to run through this fire, but he has actually clutched out Speedy. Innocent does get gobbled before that, and next the last one left has the sights firmly fixed on him from Innocent's perspective. As he goes for this repeat, he hasn't been spotted yet. Does actually collect the first on Manise, but Innocent was right there. So now it's double digits Gamers2, and only 2 for mousesports.
Well, so Innocent caught up. He was, I think, 3 for 7 beginning of that round, now 6 for 7, so obviously pretty good round for himself there. But there was a couple of, I mean, again, let's not looking at perfect play here, but G2 that round, there was a couple of trades where they didn't have to die, but they unfortunately, I mean, Innocent up on top could have helped out his teammate as they peeked right at the bottom of, right outside alley. He could have helped out. There's a couple of peeks as well through the smoke, but still, I think at the moment, G2 just doing everything right as Mouse once again with the bar round. 2 players sitting watching top of B. And Chris J explodes after trading at least, and now there's one more there. Next we'll get the spray down through the smoke, and now immediately we see the pace of the move out. It's a 4-on-3 favorable position finally for mousesports. We'll see if they're able to get into that B site. And actually, no, there's a little bit of switch up here. They are splitting up once again. Oh no, Miu spots out Gob B as he tries to rotate and maybe to catch one of the other rotators. The bomb will go down in B.
He threw the smoke out, caught the edge of the wall, so that did absolutely nothing to help him get inside the site and secure the bomb plant, not have to worry about upper. He has to sit back, and this allows them to push up on the upper side, as we can see Innocent doing exactly that. But Dennis, an excellent shot over the top, puts him down. Mousino back into Speedy. Dennis needs to just keep them back far enough to bait the timeout so that Nex can come out and peek this one-on-one. But Nex has gone lower. Nex has gone lower, and he's going to get caught. And Mihu, with the kit, gets on the bomb. Does he have enough time? I think he does. Yes, he does. He does.
Yes.
Wow, Next, all he had to do was play the upper. That upper spot is so powerful to just peek out on the bomb. It's planted for him. Instead, he rotates lower, and Dennis gets caught. Mihu makes it a double. That's a bit of an unfortunate circumstance. That's a bit of an unfortunate peeking situation post-plant.
Yeah, that was definitely around for Mouse. I mean, they had everything. We saw the momentum, saw that kind of shift after they got those first two picks, and I'm not too sure what Gobby was doing, running away all the way back when they pretty much had the site secured. I think he, with his low HP, maybe was just going to look to pick off a rotator if they were going to come up sort of top B through T spawn, but that wasn't the case, and he just got caught out. We're kind of just running around, so that was a bit of a mistake on their half. And now the push through smoke. Yeah, Mihu, the top fragger at the moment, will grab up Speedy, kind of crossing towards Ali from his spawn. And well, they're pretty ahead. One man peeks out of the ladder room. Will go down. Dennis says, "No ways am I going out there." That's gonna hit his way back up to top B. And they're still waiting for the push here, but things just falling apart. Are they gonna go through the smoke here? The flash does rain down, and they're gonna get into side. They spray through the smoke. One man drops down. Will get sprayed. Dennis grabs up Malzo. I will watch the CTZ. We'll look for that peek from the AWP. Will Dennis have the faster? Oh wow, behind him.
And he snuck up, but they do respond this time. So Chris J manages to get back into Mihu. Here's your clutch player from the last round out of it. It's all left to Innocent. 1-on-3, and he's been heard. They know exactly where he is. He's made so much noise that Gobby hasn't much to do other than hold the angle. And finally, they'll get a hat trick of rounds, just the third. But remember, they won the pistol way back when.
Yeah, I mean, if they won that pistol, I think it was that. I don't want to say, but I think it was that second round that really broke them. The 4K with the CZ. I mean, I personally, if that happened to me in a game, I'd be pretty upset. But then again, that's taking nothing away from. I think it was Manish who did it. Yeah, it was Manish. Taking nothing away from him, obviously, his skill with the CZ. But this is going to be the final round of the half, round 15 here. And we'll see if they can seal it off 12-3. That is, no, Chris J and Dennis trade immediately. Sorry, trade. They grab up Innocent and Spiro, so it might turn into an 11-4, which does put Mouse in a slightly more favorable position.
Well, Mousino is closing out on Mouse right now as he proves one mouse is better than 5. He takes down 2. That brings us back to a one-man advantage on the G2 side. As Mihu's near Z connector. Oh, is he going to push? Okay, he went for the kit. That's all he wanted out of that was the kit. So he'd be able to push forward, grab that. But if he stays at Z connector, he's in a quick rotation spot. And now that Maniz finds one, that's exactly what he does. And they'll close the half out 12-3. Well played from Gamers2. Solid coordination. Now they've given themselves a real chance to wrap up map number 1, which of course is their map choice. Keep in mind, it is their, or rather, sorry, it is mousesports map choice. I keep messing that up. It is mousesports map choice, and meaning they'll go on to their map choice in cash, which could mean a 2-0 series potentially. So.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, maybe Mouse, like you said, they are a CT side, and maybe they have some tricks up their sleeve. It's all going to come down to this pistol round. Should Gamers2 rush that outside, get those smokes done. Oh, you crashed? Okay, all right. Well, the pistol lab is pistol round is live at the moment. We'll see the setup they do go for. No, it's okay. No, it's not live. My CS just crashed as well. What?
Probably a GoTV relay glitch then, for the reason that we both crashed. I would expect that's why we both dropped out. So I'm gonna grab us back in as soon as I can, and I imagine we probably have a delay to wait for players to do the same.
All right.
But there's a look at our map pool while we're doing that. So. I'm almost back in. I'm not sure about you. Did you get crash rate to Windows?
Yeah. Straight into Windows. Let's hope it's not a persisting problem.
Now it looks like we're just starting pistol right now.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I think
So-
maybe one or two of them also dropped out, but yeah, let's get this going. And as I was saying, we'll see what... Oh, it actually is right underway right now, so I'll let you take over. Are you back in?
I am back in, and we see a pretty passive setup right now from Mouse on pistol. Speedy, the only one up close inside. Dennis, this is a long shot to make with only a pistol to work with, and they are going to get spotted out inside. Goppy's already flash smoked and pushed back, and G2's pushing on to Speedy, who has no idea they're coming, although manages to get his vision back just in time so that when they come through, I've got to reset my volume, I know, because when I crashed, it absolutely reset itself to super frigging loud, but there it is. Goppy's going to close it out, so Mouse actually collect it with good rotations, and let's fix that volume right away.
That was incredible. I mean, there we saw the power of the USP, actually at pretty close range, kind of mid to close range, and just such precise aim coming out from Mouse, and there, yeah, sealed up the round 12-4, so we could see a pretty fantastic comeback here, but interesting. Gamers2 going to go straight for us. We're not going to look to push with pistols or anything. I think one of this map, oh, they spot one crossing out from the TZ. They are going to get across, but going to try to bring them down as much as possible. And oh, they're actually doing quite a bit of damage here. Pistols come out. They're going to try to seal it off in a quick round there from Mouse. And it's going to make it 12-5.
Yeah, super solid job. Now they win a pistol and they don't get ecoed. This is the start they should have had. Remember, if you go from that, based on the first half, if they had gotten that 3-0 start, they actually won the first gun round. It was one of the only gun rounds they won. That would have put them at 4-0 already. That would have been more rounds than they got in the first half. So not getting ecoed is such an important factor of CSGO. I mean, that goes without saying. That's an important factor of any CS iteration, but currently it means a lot more, specifically with SMGs out, because you can really buy yourself back into rounds so quickly, which ultimately we didn't get to see in the first half. But Dennis trying to get a little bit aggressive toward the ladder room. Will take down Spiro in the end, but Innocent still lurking between green and blue with that gap and spots up Dennis. What a shot. That was well played. Really good patience, but Chris J comes back into a Mauzino responding, but down to 7 HP. He can do nothing but sit by and allow that SMG from Gobby to pick up the extra $600.
I really like what Gamers2 did here. I mean, they lost the pistol round. Instead of going for a quick buy and saying, okay, guys, we've got some rounds to play with, let's give it a force buy here, let's bring them down. And they thought, okay, cool, we do have rounds, let's wait till we get our guns out and then secure it and do it the right way. But with that in mind, see the auto sniper, the AWP and Dennis auto sniper on next. So what do Mouse have planned here? Oh, he spots him out, gets the off shot. Spiro next goes down, so this is really an open up here. They're gonna have to get one of the rotations come in. Gob watching that ladder there. Waiting to drop down here, an SMG, and no, SMG's not enough. Chris J with that, pushing forward with that auto sniper, will get brought down just outside alleyway. And they hear one retreating. Dennis, though, will get the fake me who goes down. And so mobile with his AWP.
All played by Dennis to make up for Chris J's loss at the alleyway. As Dennis still trying to do work from the outback right now. Just to slow things down just a little bit. But the setup's going to be in there. Speedy's the only one here, and Gob's pushed so far out. He has a rotation. He can actually get to ladder quicker than Z and try and get on the flank. But that relies on a second man to rotate over a lot faster from the alley, and that's what Dennis is trying to do, but Mao's already finds Speedy. And Dennis still alive, collecting one, but unaware that Mini's pushing up on his right side behind the oil tanker, and now Gobby's going to lurk back toward the side. He finds himself in a 1-on-3. Completely surrounded, and this bomb ticking away. He does have a kit, but he's got a big ass to get these kills. Finds the first on Spiro. Miniz knows that he's there, tries to go for the peek, and oh, if he had lost that, it was a winnable situation because Mauzino only had 8 HP. But Gamers2, they're back into it already. 13-6, 3 to go.
Yeah, economic issue at the moment for economic issue for Mouse, and they're going to go force it out completely. I mean, there was a couple of guns all around. They're going to go for AWP pistols, and interesting, very, very interesting there. Do go for almost full nades on a couple of the guys. Flashes as well. Oh, he will Chris J with AWP in hand, gets the first frag on the TZ. Now the smokes do come out, and no, could be unsure at the moment whether this is a save round. They definitely are keeping tabs on the economy, or at least trying to. But oh, look at that flashbang come out there. He knows there's one more on the right. Wait for him to peek on out. Can they trade? They do.
Second flash as well.
Yeah.
Dennis now peeks to the right, closes it on Michu. Now that second flash worked brilliant because they knew they had the first. They knew that forced them back, so that second one came out almost perfectly timed. So next popped back out to go for the peek, or rather, who was it? I think it was Michu in the back that came out for that second peek, and then as soon as he peeked out, boom, blind again. It was well timed.
I think it was a bit of an error. I mean, they did go. They were two players really close there, but obviously when they spotted the first one, the flash came through. They kind of ducked off to their left-hand side, and then kind of left the trade for two players just to kind of walk straight forward and kind of gun down anyone who was flashed up with their hands in front of their face. They do come fast outside of ladder room, and they're going to try and bring down Chris J. Picks up one for AWP, two for Chris J. Next answers as well. He did actually tag one too. A third one for Chris J. And what a fantastic round for him. 3 kills, and he also got an assist. AWP, the man.
Yeah, Chris J finally getting around in there. Where we see his individual talents come alive. He can be so solid when he gets the chance, and when you give him that space, that room to peak controlled in that regard.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. So Dennis popping out, gets the shot on Maniz. Speedy goes up close, they don't realize it, so even though it's pistols, he catches them off. Manages to catch out Spiro on the secondary peak, but they do get him down in the end. Bomb's going to get dropped, and now it's all left to Mihu.
That was almost the perfect spray control there. Almost got all 4 of them as they pushed on out, but a little bit unfortunate. Only 20 bullets in the M4A1, so it's a bit unfortunate. He has picked up an AK-47, might look to save this one. I don't know if he'll go for the bomb. There's still a minute left on the clock. He can pull off a miracle here, Mihu. We've seen him do it before. Definitely not going to be this time. Next clears him out immediately. But yeah, just going back to Chris J on that CT round when he had the AWP and CZ. You just that's one of the things I love about these teams at this caliber is just how much faith they have in their teammates. He continuously peeked, and knowing that his team had him backed up, if one of them should peek out and end up to get the shot, he just had them completely surrounded in the A side. And there we see, like you said, individual talent just flourishing as Chris J grabbed up that 3K. But we are on to round number 23, 13-9 at the moment. And this looks like it's going to be a slow top B once again. AK-47s in hand, and really much a full buy up here from G2.
So Mouse are starting to make a bit of a comeback. We haven't seen overly aggressive play from their CT side. Not so many pushes. Saw that one round from Chris J. But other than that, it's been pretty passive because there's not a lot of room to breathe on this map unless you can get into one of those alleyways quickly or potentially wrap on them from B side. Right now, though, Mihu, they're all coming out from ladder. It's going to be a full take on the A side. Only one smoke down on the inside. That'll allow them to get up close to the bomb strands. We can see that gap to the left side of Spiro, but Innocent gets one, gets two. Turning back, Dennis caught out as well. Gobby has to do it all from inside the site. Finds the first, finds the second, dropping the bomb down. And what a shot from Gobby. That's 3 down. And it's all left to just Maniz somehow as this gets turned back on his head. And Chris J walks through, takes him down up close. And that's a very well executed second half of that round. It definitely turned back once Gobby went to work.
Yeah, it was innocent, and all of a sudden we're like, yeah, they're going to get ahead, they're going to get it down. But nope, in comes Gold B from the side, and that was actually just... I mean, they were pretty sneaky players as well coming out there from Gamers2. I mean, they went for the B, and then they kind of started throwing smokes and flashes, and we did see the rotation come out from Chris J. He immediately moved into that CZ, came through with a flashbang to try to see what was up there, but yeah, didn't get it. Now they do smoke off. Kind of CZ a little bit. They're going to cross out from ladder.
This time they've got that second smoke, though. That allows them to get in toward the bomb site without getting spotted up. Obviously, they got those kills last time, but it gives them that position to get that bomb down really quickly. And not only that, Mihu jumps immediately up on top of the train. He'll turn back and also take down Gobby this time, but Speedy's going to get him in the end. He couldn't take everyone. He couldn't take every fight. But Dennis still going to work, knows exactly where Spiro is, gets him through the smoke. Now he's just got this down. Oh, well, unfortunately, he's got 15 HP, but down to a 2-on-1. And the bomb's planted so deep, he's going to try and smoke himself into it. That smoke might just be a little bit light. No, it's not. It's just deep enough that he won't be spotted up, but they know exactly where it is. And in fact, I think from Maniz's perspective, we could have seen his feet, actually.
Yeah, I think so. I tried to quickly check and click because I saw the smoke landed just a little bit.
Yeah, it looked a little light.
A little bit away from it. A couple of yards, maybe. But... yeah, another incredible round. It almost swung the wrong way for Gamers2 once again, but that second smoke that came in that you spoke about, that really shut off Chris J and kind of cut them in half. The guys coming in from train, there was a smoke also towards alleyway, so they really got cut there. And those are the kind of smokes I was talking about that I really hope to see from Mouse, but look at this push here coming from Dennis. It's time to get aggressive here. It's time to take the game into your own hand. Chris J picks up one.
Look at Dennis. Here it is. Finally, we're seeing it. There's the aggressive
Wow.
play that he's known for. He's going to catch them all the way out at Ivy. Bomb's already dropped down on the site, but Spiro makes a nice shot on Nex. He has those smokes to work with, so there's a chance he can put this down, but that nade's going to put him out of it. How about that for an antidote? Swallow that Tylenol.
Yeah. Innocent now. 1-on-3. We saw him get that 3K earlier, but this is a different situation. We had his team to back him up and give information. It's all him now. Just needs a couple of really precise shots. Oh, there's the first one. Can he peek for the second? Needs to be careful inside there. Won't get the second one. Gobby sorts him out. And, well, that's into 14-11. So Mouse are fighting.
Yeah, this is definitely a much better performance. Again, you go back to that eco. This could be actually a favorsome situation right now for mousesports. They could have already completed the comeback. No armor right now on Miniz. No armor for anyone. Okay, so I thought they actually did buy into some armor, but they did not. They sit back with only just the Tech 9, CZ75, and P250s to boot. It's Chris J this time. Just waiting where the former Hell used to be, and Mihu wants to come in from the Ivy, but the rest are lurking in her quite slowly. The spot from Speedy is pretty strong, by the way.
Yeah. But you'd think, you know, with this kind of information they got at the moment, it's definitely going to be a B. Can he hold down the spray? Speedy! Wow! That was almost perfect. Almost perfect.
It's just that addition of those spools that make it so hard for it to be peaked when you come in. Why can I not get my camera to move?
Yeah, and they're spammable as well, so it's not really a great hiding spot, because if you do get trapped in there, they can kind of charge you down or spray through it, like we saw them do there, but that was a really great spray down there, really great spot as well, as you spoke about. Speedy making his comeback, 9 for 20 at the moment, unfortunately. Hasn't come online just yet. Maybe Cash is more his map. But now, Dennis, once again, I love this aggressive play from Mouse. They know something needs to be done, and I've seen them pushing B slowly but surely, but now they are going to spot out one. Does trade, though. Dennis alone in that top B. We will get a second.
It's working out for them now. Dennis peeks back out, manages to take down Mauzino, but Maniz will drop him. This will let them recover the bomb at the very least. And allow them to try and do something with this 2-on-1. They have Gobby and Nex already rotated over in that support position, so that leaves only Chris J inside the A side. He's playing really passively as well, so he'll hear them go for this bomb plant. Now, yeah, I think he needs to move up just a little bit so he can actually spot that. That's what he's going to do between green and blue, but they haven't moved off inside. The only thing they have working for their favor on this inside take right now would be timing. If Nex second guessed himself, but with Chris J's positioning, he's not going to call for that rotation. There's no need for him to do that. So Maniz wants to try and go for this entry. He's only got 23 HP. He's the one with the bomb as well. He's already spotted. Flash comes out. He may just take himself down. He does 12 HP as he finishes that drop, but he still finds the kill inside that smoke. Gobby at least in decent position to get the trade, and that'll drop the bomb back down, but Innocent brings it back to a one-on-one. So Chris J now has to get on his horse, has to rotate over, and Innocent has to put this bomb down. That's exactly what he's going to do. Chris going to lob the nade in. That gives away his position. Does do a little bit of damage. Not enough, though. It's down to 80, but Chris on the peak. 80's enough when you've got that M4 working, and that's exactly the case. And now we're going to have it at 14-13, so the comeback continues, and money getting a little bit tight, although they do have the money bonus working. Oh, no, not quite, actually. That's only 3 rounds in a row, so it's not quite a substantial money bonus. It's just starting to surmount now.
If they save this round and they get an anti-eco off against Mouse, that's going to put Mouse in. I mean, they've just got they've got quite an economy building up here, but they will lose that economy if they should lose this. And this is a really important round for Gamers2 as well. And we'll see now if they are to rush in with these pistols. They are moving quite quickly straight towards that B, but they'll also go down as they get a bit closer. But yeah, very, very, very big round coming out here for G2. Should they win this, they're going to put. I think we'll definitely see 15 round. Well, we'll definitely see that 16 coming out there. Economy not looking too grand. Oh, that smoke. Is that a mistake or?
Look at all the information, though. Look at all the information Dennis is getting. He knows one's just rotated back. Now he knows for sure they're all going to be inside upper, so they can just hold this inside take. The problem is he's really far away from the play, but either way, when they do come out, when they get inside that site, bomb's going to go down. He'll be on their flank right away. That's exactly going to be the case. There it is. Spots up Innocent. Now he just has to go to work down the ladder, or rather on the ramp, and it's all left to Spiro already. Who manages to lurk past 4 players. This somehow works. They're going to get on this, and they have no idea where he is, so he may get a free kill on the diffuser. No, nice reactions. He does actually get Chris J, but nice reactions from Nex to drop him down. But Dennis had so much information that they actually could have rotated inside a little bit sooner than they did. They basically could have gone with 1 and A, 1 with Dennis pushing all the way out, and then 3 rotated to B early. But instead, they tried to do that, but the problem was they were so passive on the B site that they couldn't prevent the plant.
That smoke into TZ, I think, was a little bit of a mess up. I think he wanted to let them a little bit of a decoy into A, but that smoke that hit and bounced back, like you said, that was the information they got, and then they kind of just immediately moved towards B and get them on the cross, and we saw them sort it out pretty quickly. Almost enough. If you got a little bit more spray on that, or a little bit luckier with that tech down, all going to push out here. Oh, one frag for Chris J. Well flashed up as well. Mauso goes down, and now they're pushing through the smoke. A lot of smoke. They almost got the entire site smoked off here. We'll see the spam going through the smoke any second. More smokes to go down. Gob B sprays through. We'll pick up one, and Chris J still looking for a little bit here.
Dennis has another chance to get behind them right now. And he's going to do it. He already pops out. He pushes again. Dennis is starting to get rolling now on train. This is where things get scary. And this is where if they don't take advantage of that, if they don't find a way, they've already completed the comeback. They now have the lead. They're on match point. If teams don't realize this is what Dennis is going to do, it looks like they're slowly learning the map together.
Yeah.
And he's going to start pushing Ivy because that's where he's amazing when he does that. If teams don't catch on to that early, he could take full control of this train map. So he's on 33 kills as he catches Maniz. Spiro does get back into Dennis, but that flame is going to take down Spiro. Speedy's the one that threw that. And he's inside in this spot again, so he pops back out. Mihu goes down. It's all left innocent and Mauzino. As next, he spots him. Does he get the shot, though? Hasn't landed it so far. Goes back for the repeak. Nade going to go out. A little bit of damage dealt, but not a significant margin.
Yeah, Innocent actually just sitting waiting for the rotate from the side though, but you know, trading up against or peeking against 4 players that know exactly where you are, it's not going to turn out too well for Mazio, but he's going to make his way back slowly towards the A side. Gob B and Chris J, I think, still sitting inside that A side, waiting and wishing for them to peek through, hopefully down the ladder room or out back through TZ. But they are taking it slow. They've got 36 seconds on the clock, infinity really for these players. They are going to make something happen here. They're going to go straight down ladder. Mauzio leading the charger. He'll step out, look for the frag. I think they've made enough noise at the moment, but they will get Chris J. Oh, sorry, Gob B tries to go for the frag. We'll get pushed out there with that molly. And now we do see one man pushing out. It's going to be Chris J with AWP. Will he get the... We'll bring in a really quick peek there. Oh, he misses the shot on this, and Innocent could actually push this into overtime if he gets one more frag. Needs the second, and it won't happen next. Seals it out in 16-14. What a comeback.
Yeah, really good comeback indeed. And GG called, so already done and over with. Well done by... I mean, that's what we expected. That's what it's the CT side of Mouse that really makes things click for them, their aggression. And it took them a while to find that aggression, but eventually when they got it rolling, when Dennis started to get comfortable pushing up,